San Diego Comic-Con is an excellent place for a LEGO fan. It is a place where the LEGO group will do a big booth and they will announce new sets, they will give out exclusive sets in the past. This year they had a minifigure that had Be Kind Rewind on the torso, and now that minifigure is selling for insane amounts on eBay because of how rare and exclusive it is quickly becoming. It is simply a celebration for LEGO fans at San Diego Comic-Con every year. This year the LEGO group put on a blockbuster video store style and theme. So they had this big booth that looked like a blockbuster video store, and they were giving out video rental passes and different things. So it looked like a ton of fun. I wish I could have been there. But they also announced some new upcoming LEGO Star Wars sets at San Diego Comic-Con, which we should be paying attention to. Now, these three sets will be available from September 1st, but they are available to pre-order right now. So you might want to get your pre-orders in if you want to collect any of these sets. Two of them are based on the upcoming Ahsoka TV show. Of course, huge anticipation for the dedicated show for this beloved character. And then the third one is a buildable character from the Star Wars universe. So let's have a quick look at these sets. First up, we have Ahsoka's T6 Jedi Shuttle. Now, this is set number 75362 with 601 pieces and 4 minifigures, including Ahsoka, Sabine Wren, Professor Huyard, and Marox. The set has a price per piece of 13 cents, which is a little bit high. The MSRP is $80 on this one, and it will be available from September 1st. Now, again, you can pre-order this right now based on Ahsoka's starship, and of course, this set was a must-have. Whenever they release a new show or movie in the Star Wars world, we need to have the ship, right? We need to have the main ship of some of those main characters, and this is serving us what we want. Now, 601 parts, I don't think it's really enough in this one. I think the set is lacking a little bit of detail. The 4 minifigures does help, of course, to bring the value up a little bit and the perceived value, and you know, there's going to be a lot of collectors who want to pick these up. But the detail of the ship itself, I don't think 601 parts for that $80 purchase price is really enough, and I would have preferred to see them go a little bit deeper in terms of the design and just the detail on the ship here. It's a lot of plates going on here and not a whole lot of anything else. But of course, still going to be a fun set for a lot of people to pick up and add to their collections here. So looking at the next one here, we have the New Republic Ewing versus Shin Hati's Starfighter. This is 75364. This is a 1056 piece set for $110. The value in this one is definitely better. So it's a 10 cents price per piece, significantly better in fact than the last set we just looked at. This set has 2 ships inside the box, and so each of them are reasonably detailed, and that leads to pretty good value here with the 1056 parts and the 10 cents price per piece. We also get 4 minifigures and a droid in this one, so kind of 5 minifigures if you count the droid. Again, available from September 1st with pre-orders open now. And I'm a fan of this one because I think the displayability of these sets is pretty good, right? When you put these next to each other, they're just going to look fantastic. I love the color contrast between the 2 ships, and I do think that the detail that they've been able to keep in the ships while having 2 ships for $110 is pretty good here. So I'm a fan of this overall. You can see that there's opening cockpits on both. There's places to store weapons. There are stud shooters as well included here. On the Ewing, we can see there is a space for Captain Porter's droid, and you can also see the retractable landing gear here. So the detail is pretty good here. Now on the minifigure front, we have Baylan Skoll and Shin Hati, each with lightsabers. We have Morgan Elizabeth, Captain Porter with a blaster pistol, and the astromech droid all included here. So again, we have a good minifigure lineup. Note that we do not have Ahsoka. Here in this set. All right, so moving into the third announcement from LEGO Group at San Diego Comic-Con, and it is another Star Wars set, of course, not based on the Ahsoka TV show, but this is a brick-built character that we all know and love from the Star Wars universe. It is, of course, Chewbacca. So this is the brick-built Chewbacca, set number 75371, and there has already been a ton of discussion and humor going around in the LEGO communities because of this set, and for good reason. I just think that this is the craziest looking set that have come from a Star Wars theme in quite some time. 2,319 parts with a $200 price point. So that is a price per piece of 9 cents, which seems reasonable. It seems like good value. But when you look at the set itself and the design and what you get inside the box, and you compare it to similar price sets such as R2-D2, does this feel like good value? $200 for this brick-built Chewbacca? I'm not so sure. I would personally not pay it as a Star Wars fan and a LEGO fan, but I'm sure people will be buying this. Mostly for me, the concern is around the design. I just think it looks so, like the face is particularly just looks really funny. I think the whole idea here was a little crazy. But again, just my opinion. It does have one minifigure as well. You get the Chewbacca minifigure and the plaque with your brick build Chewbacca. And here we can kind of get an idea of the scale of this thing. It's actually going to be pretty big. So we can see the Chewbacca minifig and then the size of this buildable version of Chewbacca, which will, look kind of crazy on a shelf because it'll be the first thing anyone notices when they walk into a room. Chewie, of course, has his satchel and his iconic crossbow in hand here. But in general, I just feel like the whole design of this is just a little crazy. And I think it feels like the whole model is leaning a little bit as well. Something about the leg structure, I'm not so sure. Maybe when I see it in person, I won't feel that way. Again, we got to remember this is a $200 set. This is not a $70 set here. This is this is the same price as modular buildings are. And it is just a lot of brown parts and some black parts, and that's it. That's the set. So it's a little bit crazy to me for $200. Again, you can see the scale of it here next to a lamp. So it is pretty large here, right? You can actually see a chair on the left side here. It is a pretty large model. And again, in this picture, you can see the face and how scary it looks, like it's staring right at me. There's just something about this face on this model that I don't know. So for me personally, it's not one that I'm going to be putting on my shelf. But, again, this is Star Wars. There's definitely fans out there who are going to want this. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Are you a fan of this set or not? But either way, we have 3 upcoming Star Wars sets announced at San Diego Comic-Con, 2 of which are based on the Ahsoka TV show, which is coming soon. A lot of hype, a lot of excitement around that series and those sets. And then the third one is this crazy Chewbacca. But, we'll see how it sells. We'll see what happens. Maybe it will surprise us. Again, it is Star Wars. Now, while we're getting some new incredible sets, we are also losing other sets as LEGO sets retire and disappear from the shelves for good. So if you want to see an entire list of which LEGO sets will be leaving the shelves this year, I'm going to drop a link down below where you can get that retirement list as well. And while you're down there, hit that subscribe button if you want to learn more about LEGO and LEGO collecting and investing. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next one.